Hello, my name is Darius Young, and welcome to another modeling Dragon Ball Z character tutorial in Blender. Last time we modeled Goku, but in this one we're going to model Vegeta. And instead of modeling the body, we're going to sculpt it. We're going to have to model the face, but we're going to sculpt the body. And when we sculpt the body, we're going to make it so that we can use it for any other DBZ character that we want. Because, really, if you go on Google and search Dragon Ball Z, whoops, going wrong. Dragon Ball Z characters, you see that pretty much if it would click on it, and pretty much every character has the same body type, and they do. I mean, look, except for the big guys like Broly or this guy, I forget, Super 7, not Super 17, Android 15 or whatever, I forget, or Cooler. Everybody has the same basic body type. Is that? Okay, well, whatever. Alright, so you see, basically, every Dragon Ball Z character has the same body type. Now, we are going to get some reference images for Vegeta, just so we can model the body, but or sculpt it anyway. And I'll show you my techniques for doing that. So, first, we go back to Google, and type in Vegeta model sheet, or should I type in character sheet? It doesn't matter. Okay, which one should we get, guys? Which ones should we get? Because like I said, they're all basically the same. We could technically use the one for Goku. And another thing that's cool is that, really, they all have the same face too. Like, you could just, because I've been drawing these characters for a while, and what I've noticed is they all have the same basic face structure, with just changes in the hair to give them their personality. And so really, you just go and change the hair in your picture or whatever, and there you have the different character. And so I'll pick one that was up there. So let's go back. I'll pick this one. It's a nice one. Has Vegeta and Trunks in it. We're probably not gonna do Trunks. Wow. Look at the height difference, y'all. Trunks is so much taller than Vegeta. Dang. But anyway, not to make fun of poor little short Vegeta, but they all have the basic same body structure. And really, Vegeta is just a scaled down version of Trunks. Like, if you notice the face structure, if you just put this purple hair on Vegeta and like put the black hair on Trunks, they will look the same except the height would be off. So let us save the image and put it where your pictures are. So I'm gonna put this as Vegeta and Trunks model sheet. Alright, so now you go to Blender, hit 5, just going to orthographic view, hit 1 on the numpad. Let me turn on my screencast keys so you all know what I'm doing. If some of you are new to Blender and you don't know how to get around, and go to my first tutorial, modeling Goku Part 1, and that has the basic layout of Blender and how you can get around and manipulate things. So yeah. So to get our background images in here, let's go to Add Image after you click the down arrow and Background Images, and make sure you click the checkbox so it's checked. Go to Open, go to wherever you had your image saved. Can never find it because I save it in pictures, right? But then pictures never pops up. I don't know why it does this to me. There we go. Okay, so I finally found it. Now we go to, where is it? I have a ton of pictures. There we go. Alright. So now we will line up the picture with the character that we want to model. And so we're going to go and line it up with Vegeta. I can actually do a much better Vegeta impression, but I did not feel like it. Okay, so we just move it till Vegeta is pretty well lined up with the x-axis. Hit Z to go into wireframe. I could turn up the stuff on the screencast and size, because I mean, you know, stuff is kind of okay. There we go. So, if you can see, it's a blue line right here. You're trying to get the picture lined up with that. So, see, we're on 3.7. Try 3.75. That's almost good enough, because this middle line right here doesn't really matter. What matters is the line of his chin, because that, you see his face is kind of drawn like in a diagonal fashion because it's not lined up right. But we'll make do with what we have, because we're going to sculpt the body anyway. And when we retopologize it, we have to make sure that it's not too high poly, because it doesn't need to be. Medium poly at most, not high poly. High poly is too much. So I'm going to get you started on that, and then we'll go from there in the next tutorial. So hit tab. Whoa, that is really big. Let me turn that way down. My bad. Okay. And then the mouse icon. Alright, so now hit Alt M and at center. And so now we have a vertice in the center of our character. So move it up. What we're going to do is hit E extrude to about right here, then E extrude again. And then we go on the side and make some adjustments. Make sure you turn on proportional editing, make sure it's connected. Alright, all that good stuff. And go to the modifiers tab, go to add modifier, and go to skin modifier. And add a mirror as well, but move the mirror up top so it's the first one. And then we add a subdivision surface modifier. Okay, so it's a lot of modifiers, but it's cool. And when you're doing when you have the, what is this? Not solidify, the skin modifier on, to scale, you hit Control A, so it's not S anymore. S is when you're off of the scale modifier option. Okay, so just extrude now. We're doing it this way because we're creating a base mesh for our sculpt. Okay, and don't worry about trying to add the fingers and stuff in here, because we're not going to add them at this point in time. Okay. Oh yeah, and let me turn on clipping. Okay. Make sure you turn on clipping. Then hit E extrude again, and I'm gonna bring it up some. And turn clipping off so we can extrude outward to make this. Okay. Turn it back on and extrude down. Don't worry if it doesn't match yet, because we will make it match. It's not at this particular point in time. Okay? Alright. And let's see where we're at in the side view. Okay? It's not bad looking. Now, we're not going to keep the arms down like that, because you see, he's drawing like a position where he's just relaxed, like he don't give a cuss about anything. So we're gonna put the 3D cursor right here, hit period, hit R. Turn the proportional editing down so they can just affect this. Okay, because I just wanted to get the let's do that later, because I want to size the arm up right just a bit, just to get it just right in the first stage, and then we'll go back and do the other stuff. So let's hit Control Z and hit Control A. Oops, here. Hit Control comma again. Control A. Scale this up. Control A again. Scale this up. You see we're giving it some. See, we're giving them some shape now. Control A again. Control A. Okay. We have to add one. Control R here. Add a vertex there, so you can scale it up. Then we may have to move this down, or we could, in fact, hit dissolve vertices and just get rid of it because it was getting in the way. All right. So now we have this, and Control A to maybe get it right. Still doesn't want to act right, but that's okay. Control A. What if I brought this down and Control R, added one there. Maybe, because I know I just got rid of it, but I'm just trying to, okay. So it doesn't work, it doesn't want to work for me right now, but that's okay. Whoa. And of course we're gonna have to fix that because that looks just disgusting. So Control A on the Y axis, or what is it? Because stuff works differently in this mode, a lot differently. So like you have to hit S on the Y. Okay, here we go. Sometimes stuff that doesn't want to work for me. Sometimes it does. Thankfully, it wanted to work for me right now. Okay, so Control A on the X axis. Scale that down. Maybe. Okay. And the Y. Okay, there we go. Because you don't want it to be too much at the top. Now for the, you know, the arms are actually pretty fine. I guess you could subdivide. In fact, select no thing, subdivide it, and you're cool. And hit Control A, make some bulges in places. Okay. Yeah. And I'm not worried about this mess right here because it'll be fixed once we move it up. And now the legs. The legs look a mess, don't they? They just don't even look right. Alright, so I'm going to move these over for now. And I'm going to subdivide these like I did the other one. Subdivide. And start making stuff bigger. So remember, hit Control A to scale, as you can see on my screencast keys. Because I remember I was first learning this, and this dude, the tutorial I was watching, the guy was scaling, and so I thought he was hitting S, and it wouldn't work, and I was like, why? Then he decides to say, like, towards the end of the tutorial, how to scale on it, and I was kind of mad about that, but you know, whatever happens, happens. You know, that was kind of messed up. So that's why I'm making sure to tell you guys exactly how to scale, so that people can't say that about my tutorial. Because I was looking in this comment section, people were like, how did you scale? How do you do this? How do you do that? Like, he wouldn't explain it to us. Okay. And what? So you gotta, even with the mirror modifier on, sometimes stuff just doesn't want to work right. Like, look at that. For some reason, it's like rotating the. Go ahead, Control Z. See, now everything is cool. Let's see. What if I mark this as the root? Okay. Now let's try it and see if I can. All right, there we go. That's better, and it didn't mess it up here. So mark this vertex right here as the root in this section of the scale modifier. I'm gonna drag this out so you can see it. Mark root right there. Okay, N and T so I can have more room in there because I just moved that up. Okay, so we have a good basis for the body, alright, and the shoes and stuff we're not going to worry about until we're done retopologizing the body. Alright, so now this is the time where you move the arm up. So hit period, your 3D cursor should still be there, and then R to rotate. Okay. Then maybe we could bring this out some. See, now it's not too bad. Like, we could smooth it out once we apply the modifier. Okay. Maybe we get Control A, scale that down, and that's A, scale that down, A. Or maybe we could just move this part. No. Yeah, we can do some sculpting, because this is not going to be the finished result. We're gonna go into I'm going to go to dynamic topology in the sculpting editing tools, or whatever you call it, and sculpt. And so we're gonna add some muscles and stuff, and it's gonna look real cool. And I guess we can, I don't know, give him a neck. Yeah, let's give him a neck. And this, and I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but when we're done with this, this will serve as like our Dragon Ball Z character proxy. Like, this is the model that we're gonna come to when like we know what character we want to model, and since they all have the same basic body type, we can just, you know, take this model that we already made and turn it in, and you know, change up the hair, maybe scale it up or down depending on the size of the character, and bam. So yeah, this will be our DBZ character proxy mesh. And you know what? We can get rid of this. So we can add a neck when we're sculpting. Okay. And I have the perfect. It's not quite the Dragon Ball Z muscly look, but it is awesome enough that I'm pretty sure none of you will care. Well, should I use that one? Yes, I'm going to use that one, but I'm going to use it only for the body. Because it's kind of hard to sculpt this cartoony stuff. And I could go off of memory, but I may end up messing something up. So, yeah. So this is our base mesh right here. And when you're done with this, you apply the mirror first. Oh wait, hit tab into object mode. First, tap back into edit mode so we can move the vertices on the x-axis plane. We're gonna get rid of this background image now because we don't need it. I just wanted to get the size of Vegeta, how big he was, or how tall anyway. So we can hit N and get rid of it. Alright. We're going to need it again for the face, but you should not delete it from your thing of having, you know, your picture file or wherever you save your pictures, because we're going to use it again to model his face. And then, because basically Vegeta's face is basically Goku's face with a frown. So, a permanent scowl. And yeah, so now go in object mode, apply all of these in order so that nothing bad happens to the mesh. Okay, now I do have a method for making the fingers on there in the sculpting, and you need a sculpting add-on. I'm going to hit T, I'm going to show you. This add-on right here that says sculpt, right? If you go to file, user preferences, and add-ons, go to user, and you see sculpting, sculpt tools, and basically you can download this. I forgot where I looked on a YouTube video, really, and found it. So when you go on YouTube, type in Blender sculpting add-on and download it, because that's how we're gonna make the fingers, and it's a really cool modifier. And another modifier that not modifier, but an add-on that I have enabled is the retopology modifier. It's contours retopology. Now this modifier, you can get it optionally because it does cost money. You have to go on again YouTube, type in Blender cookie, and on their recent video they have a link to it, and you can go there and buy the add-on. And it's a really good add-on for doing retopology really fast. So this is the optional one though, because you can still do retopology without it. And I'm only going to use this modifier for like the arms and legs, because that's really what it was made for. The rest I'll show you how to do it manually. But yeah, so you might want to get your hands on those two. Get your hands on these two add-ons. But don't worry about that now because, well, you worry about the sculpt one now because in the next one we're going to start sculpting. So yeah, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time in the sculpting one. So have a nice day.